Spiritual awakening isn't the end, it's the beginning. You've just moved beyond what most people spend their entire lives searching for. Think about it for a second. The spiritual journey so many are obsessed with. The constant striving for enlightenment and awakening. That's not the goal. That's just the door you've walked through. What happens next, once the awakening ends, is where the real transformation begins. And the strange part? No one talks about what comes after. No one tells you how different life is when you're on the other side. You're not in the process of awakening anymore. You're free. There will be many unexpected, strange experiences that happen when your spiritual awakening ends. Things no one warns you about, but they're essential for your journey. Because after awakening, things don't get easier, they just get real. You'd expect that after an intense spiritual awakening, life would continue to be dramatic, constantly filled with signs, synchronicities, and revelations. But one of the strangest things that happens is that it all quiets down. Suddenly, everything feels calm, even a little empty. You might be asking yourself, where did the energy go? Where's the excitement, the breakthroughs? But this calm? It's not a sign that you're losing your spiritual connection. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's a sign you've integrated everything. You've leveled up. This period of calm can be confusing, even unsettling. You might feel like you're missing something, or worse, like you're falling backward. But in reality, this quietness is proof that your spirit has settled into its new vibration. There's no more need for external chaos to shake you up because you've already done the work. Now you're learning how to be, not to seek, but to exist in alignment. The storm was necessary to shake things up. The calm is where true power is found. Your spirit may be free, but your body is still catching up. After your spiritual awakening ends, something strange happens. You start to notice changes in your physical body. It's as if the body lags behind, processing everything at a slower rate. You might find yourself feeling more energetic, more alive than ever before, but other times you may experience sudden fatigue. What's really happening? Think about it. Your body is the physical vessel for the spirit. Even though your spirit has ascended and evolved, your body takes time to adjust. You're literally recalibrating your physical form to match your new energetic vibration. It's no surprise that during this time, you might experience spontaneous changes in diet, sleep patterns, or even physical appearance. Maybe you notice your skin looking clearer or your posture improving, as if your body is responding to this higher frequency. On the flip side, old aches and pains might resurface, or you could find yourself emotionally overwhelmed out of nowhere. This is your body purging old, dense energy that no longer aligns with your awakened state. Your body becomes a reflection of your spirit's transformation. It can be a slow process, but it's undeniable. You are literally changing on every level. Even emotions you thought you had healed may resurface. And this can be confusing. I thought I was past this. But it's important to understand that after the awakening, the healing goes even deeper. Your spirit may be free, but the body is still processing the trauma and conditioning of the past. Embrace this phase. It's a sign that true transformation is happening. Don't rush the process. Your body is aligning with the new frequency of your spirit, and as strange as these physical and emotional changes may feel, they're proof you've entered a new stage of your journey. One of the strangest things you'll experience after spiritual awakening ends is the sudden deep disconnection from others. It's almost as if the people you once connected with, the places you once felt comfortable in, no longer resonate with you. And this can be unsettling, even painful. You start to wonder why you're so alone. But here's the thing. This isolation isn't a punishment, nor is it a sign that something's wrong. In fact, it's one of the clearest indicators that your vibration has changed. You're no longer operating at the same frequency as the people around you, and that's why they seem distant, disconnected. What feels like isolation is actually the universe creating space for your next level of connections. You might even notice that your closest friends or family members don't seem to understand you anymore. They might pull away, or worse, dismiss the changes you've gone through. This can be deeply painful, especially when it comes from people you've loved for years. But here's the truth. The people who are meant to continue with you on this journey will rise to meet you. Those who don't will naturally fall away, not because they're bad people, but because their time in your life has served its purpose. This disconnection isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's an invitation to cultivate deeper, more authentic relationships that align with your new vibration. You're not alone. You're just making space for the people who are aligned with your next chapter. You might even notice new people suddenly entering your life. People who resonate with your spiritual growth, who seem to understand you on a soul level without you having to explain yourself. This is the universe working behind the scenes, aligning you with your true soul tribe. Yes, it feels strange and at times deeply isolating, but the reality is your spiritual awakening has placed you on a path that not everyone around you can follow. And that's okay. The more you align with your new frequency, the more the right people will find you, and the disconnection will no longer feel like a burden, but a blessing. The fireworks are gone. You've stopped chasing signs, and it feels like something's missing. When your spiritual awakening ends, one of the strangest and most unexpected things happens. The magic, the signs, the synchronicities, they all start to fade. You no longer see repeating numbers every day or experience those spiritual highs that once filled you with awe. It can feel like the universe has gone silent. This quiet can leave you feeling confused, even questioning if you've lost your connection to the divine. But here's the truth. You haven't lost anything. In fact, the universe no longer needs to scream at you to get your attention. The silence is the ultimate sign of your growth. You've reached a point where you no longer rely on external signs to feel connected. Think of it this way. Before, you needed constant reassurance, constant reminders that you were on the right path. But now, you are the path. You've internalized the spiritual wisdom that you once sought outside of yourself. The magic hasn't disappeared. It's become part of who you are. You no longer need signs to know you're connected. You are the connection. This transition can be unsettling. You've grown used to the external signs of your spiritual growth, and now that they're fading, it's easy to feel like something is wrong. But this is actually a sign of maturity. The deeper you go, the less you need those spiritual highs. You're learning to live in a state of being rather than chasing constant spiritual validation. What may feel like a loss of magic is actually the ultimate form of connection. You've stopped chasing, and now you're simply aligned. You no longer need the universe to whisper in your ear because you found the voice within yourself. Once the awakening ends, the question becomes, what now? The answer, a new purpose. Now that your spiritual awakening has ended, you may find yourself asking a powerful question. What's next? After all the revelations, inner healing, and dramatic shifts in your perception, where do you go from here? This is where things get truly interesting. When you first awakened, the purpose seemed clear. Self-discovery, healing, and understanding your connection to the universe. But now, as you stand on the other side of awakening, a new purpose begins to reveal itself. Your purpose now is to embody what you've learned and to create the life that aligns with your highest self. You see, the end of the awakening is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of a new phase where the knowledge and wisdom you've gained must now be applied in the real world. It's no longer about discovering who you are, but living as your truest self. This new purpose often comes with a strong pull towards service. You may feel a deep desire to help others on their own spiritual journey, to share the insights you've gained, or create something that reflects your higher vibration. Whether it's through your work, relationships, or creative endeavors, your purpose is no longer centered around seeking. It's about being. The end of awakening is the start of alignment. Your purpose is to live in harmony with your highest self. And in doing so, you naturally uplift those around you. But this shift can feel strange. You're no longer searching, and that can leave a void. However, it's in this void that your new purpose will emerge. It's less about striving and more about embodying. The more you step into your authentic self, the clearer your path will become. And the beauty of this phase? You no longer have to figure everything out. Things begin to unfold naturally, in perfect alignment with the universe. After awakening, your sensitivity to energies around you heightens, and sometimes overwhelms. One of the strangest things that happen when your spiritual awakening ends is increased sensitivity to people, environments, even objects. It's as if a new layer of awareness has activated. You might feel the energy of a room before you even walk in, or sense someone's emotional state without a word. This heightened sensitivity can feel both like a gift and a burden. You've always been aware of energies, but after awakening, this ability intensifies. You may notice you're more sensitive to noise, crowded spaces, or certain foods. What you're experiencing is your newly awakened energy field, tuning into frequencies once invisible. This isn't a curse, it's your superpower. You're attuned to a frequency that aligns with your highest self. Anything lower feels like interference. Initially, this heightened sensitivity can feel uncomfortable, as if you're carrying too much energy that's not your own. But over time, you learn to navigate this awareness. You develop ways to protect your energy, setting boundaries that filter out noise and let you focus on what matters. This sensitivity deepens your empathy and intuition. You understand people on a soul level, seeing beyond words and actions. It's as if you can sense their unspoken thoughts, emotions, even intentions. This ability allows you to navigate relationships with clarity, but it requires mindfulness of how much energy you absorb. Your sensitivity is your strength. It lets you move through life with clarity, empathy, and discernment. The key is learning to manage it without overwhelm. This new layer of awareness is one of the most profound and strange gifts after awakening. Life after awakening may seem to return to normal, but this normal is anything but the same. As your spiritual awakening ends, life around you appears unchanged. You wake up, go about your day, interact with people, and everything seems as it was before, but you feel different. This return to normal can be confusing. It's easy to think transformation is over or nothing changed. The truth is everything has changed. You've changed on such a deep level that the external world, while seemingly the same, no longer affects you the same way. What once triggered you no longer does. What once excited you now feels neutral. This is the true mark of transformation. You might notice you no longer react to situations as you used to. Where you once felt anxious, now you feel calm and detached. Things that once brought excitement or drama now feel trivial. This isn't a loss of passion. It's outgrowing the need for external validation. The return to normal may feel strange, but it's a gift. You've mastered staying grounded in your spiritual truth amid everyday life. And that, ultimately, is the most powerful outcome of all. Thank you for watching. If you found value in today's video, please like, subscribe, and share your experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay aligned and embrace your true path.